Hey everybody. Well, it's finally happening. The review I've been talking about for a long time that I'm finally getting to. My review of the 2017 smash Dunkirk, which is based on the real battle and evacuation event that took place in early goings of World War II, with the British soldiers trying to escape bombardment and assaults from the Nazis, essentially. This movie, from what I've done research on, it does seem very historically accurate, and I think it really captures. For one thing, it's very suspenseful and very intense for a PG-13 film. Not in the sense that it's gory. It's not like Saving Private Ryan where you see limbs getting blown off and guts spilling out on the beach, but it keeps the tension high. It has a very good score that keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it feels like you're in combat. I saw the standard screening of it in Kingstown, Virginia, with my friend Zach, and there were a lot of scenes with the gunfire, the bombing, and the explosions that really scared the crap out of me. And I think what makes the movie work is that the realism and the intensity makes you feel like you're right in there with the characters. And another thing that makes this movie unique is that apparently Christopher Nolan got real old planes from World War II, or models that looked like them, and he actually did filming in the plane to get the accurate jerky motions of what it was like to actually be a pilot in those planes. And the battle scenes, it's not like Top Gun, it's not like any of those movies where they make it over the top. It's intense in the fact that, once again, the suspense is raised. You know the stakes. You know if these RAF pilots fail, their buddies are going to get gunned down or bombed. And there is one character that is based off a real life World War II commanding officer for the British Army. I'm blanking on the guy's name, but he's the guy that was in the jacket, the naval hat, and all that stuff. And aside from that, there's really no character in there that's given a name, and it really doesn't matter, because the event of Dunkirk, it's not like, it's not like Saving Private Ryan where you're focusing on trying to find the title character. It's not a movie where the names of the characters mean anything, because if these people had names, you would be too focused on them as opposed to the main point, which was trying to get all these men the hell out of there. And I think this is one of those movies that would probably look really good. It's a movie that I think Alfred Hitchcock would probably be able to make just as good, if not better, than Nolan. And I know I sound like Roger Ebert from Ebert's Witness review when he said the same thing about that movie, but I'm getting sidetracked. And again, because the fact that we focus on the people, the soldiers, and not a person or a soldier, I think that's what helps you. Because there are some people in the movie that get more focus than others, but I do think that there's still a lot of personality. And this movie, this is probably going to be the shortest review I've done. It's one of the few films that I can say is a triumph of the human spirit. That sense of overcoming the impossible. The sense of facing fears and believing in the best of humanity when all hope seems lost. I think that's what this movie's trying to get at. And I'll say this. I think the average moviegoer will enjoy it, and they'll like to do some research. If you're a historian and World War II is your cup of tea, I would highly recommend seeing this movie. And this is one of the few films I've seen that's actually earned a PG-13 rating, because I don't think any kid under the age of 13 could stomach being in that movie theater with the loud sound effects. So that's really my review. I don't have a whole lot to say, and I will be posting my cover of Paint It Black from the Rolling Stones tomorrow. I don't usually do 2 videos in back-to-back days, but I've been pushing this one off so long, and I wanted to keep my schedule on my YouTube channel consistent. So I'm still